All right, students, what we are going to do is make 3-second animations. So we need 1, 2, 3 of these little packets, and they should have 24 pages each in them. And so what we're going to label them is this one's going to be our A packet, this is our B packet, and this is going to be our C packet, okay? And then what we're going to do is go through and number them 1 through 24 on each one. So let's do that right now. I'll go into time lapse, you do yours, and then hopefully we'll meet up on the other side of the video. All set. As we number our pages, make sure you number every single page 1 through 24. If you don't have a staple in them, just number them 1 through 24 and then go to 25, 26, 27, and so on in that order so that they're all in order, and if you missed them or if they get out of place, you can put them back in the right place. So we have A, B, and C all numbered from 1 to 24 on each one. And we could have done it where it was 1 through 24 and then 25 through 48 and then so on, but this is just with the A, B, and C. It makes it easier, and then we don't have to write a whole bunch of numbers, and it makes it quite simple. So what we're gonna do is take C, set it off to the side, take B and set it off to the side, and just work on A right now. And what I want you to do is draw a, let's go with a square. Okay. So our goal is to take this square and transform it into your name. So we're gonna make it a whole animation that takes a square and turns it into your name, and then you are going to be able to have a 3-second animation of your name here, and it can do all sorts of wild things. So my first name is Troy, and it starts with a T, so I'm gonna take this box and turn it into a T. So what I'm gonna do is slowly just change that. So maybe I have that square shape, right, the top part, but then it comes over and maybe something grows down. Maybe that's too much, right? That's too much. So maybe I would make it just a little bit like that. So what I'm thinking about is gradual changes. So there's one, and then here is this side, and maybe this one comes up a little bit higher. So there's that top of that square there. And maybe it just comes up a little bit, and this becomes more like that. So we have a square that is slowly changing into a T. So if I was looking at this animation, it would look like this so far. So it goes from a T, and so you'll do something like that with your first name. And then what you'll do is introduce maybe, okay, that letter, maybe you're an A, maybe it's a B, maybe now that T is gonna move over a little bit for my name. So that T is coming down, and maybe this now, something's peeking out right here. So it goes, something's happening. And we'll go into 6, and maybe that T is over here even more. We don't want to go too far over, because if we start flipping, we're not going to be able to see it. And so what we want to do, just make it, so this is, I'm going to make this my R. I'm going to have it come out now. So it's going to sort of shift. So it goes, whoo. So if I look at this animation, you can always test your animation by just flipping it and see how it looks. So it goes, so I can use that. And if I want to, I can put lines on it, like, so there's this one, and I'll go here and make some lines so it looks like it's speeding away because it's afraid of whatever this is. There that R is, and so now I got my T. I can even move my T up, so make it go up higher. So I'll be like, I want it to go up here. So, and then this R can come up, so maybe some speed lines saying it's going up. And this R is chasing it, so it's coming over. And then this one, I can find that R, so So the T's going to go up even higher now. So it goes up, and then this R is going to come over. And then what I'm going to have is my O for Troy, sort of sneak up on the side. So I'm giving some people some understanding where these things are coming at. So maybe this is like that. So if I test animate it and look at it, see what I got so far. Ooh, ah. So right here, got my O. Maybe the T stays where it's supposed to be. It's found its place in life and it's happy with it. It's content. It wants to be right here. The R likes the T, so the R is going to keep being right next to that. And they're sort of set up. And this O is sort of unsure right now. If it wants to come up or not. So maybe it's coming up a little bit. And then I can just draw those T and R again. Try to keep it similar, but if it's, give it some character. So I can flip back and forth and see it really fast like this. Where I want my O. Maybe my O comes over here because it's not sure where it wants to go in life. Flip back and forth and you can sort of see it. So I got my T. So it's a lot of drawing the same things over and over again, but that's okay. Got this R. And maybe this O now comes over here. It's like, no, I want to be next to this. And maybe a Y is sort of peeking up here. So I'm just giving it. Okay. So now I got the T, got the R. They're all in their places. The O is feeling comfortable being next to the R. Maybe this Y starts appearing a little bit more. It's like, yay! Because, you know, why? Maybe it slowly drifts over. Maybe make a slow drift over. And so, if you want to make something slower, you're just going to have to draw it a lot more and make small changes. So this Y is just right there. So make that Y over here, and you can sort of see it's kind of going over. So draw the T. Y still slowly coming over here. And I can test it to see if I like it. If I don't like it, I can always erase. So on 15, Y is barely getting over there. I think it's getting close. It's getting closer and closer. So close. One more frame, I think, will get us there. And it's good to try to keep them in the same place. You want to animate stillness. Like that. So it's finally there. So I might just go back and give some little movement lines, saying that's the direction it's going. So you want to tell people where things are going. You might give them some movement lines. So if I test animate it again, look at it. It's over. We're here. All right. So here's Troy now, and then I have all these extra pages, plus this to animate. So what's the next cool thing I could do with my name? Oh, well, what if this Troy what if they started moving back and forth a little bit? So I have my T, so I might make my T slanted, just showing you options that you can do. Maybe the R becomes sort of slanted in the other direction, like they're happy. That O is pretty much going to stay the same because it's circle. Maybe the Y is a little bit more slanted. And then if I want to make these look like they're wiggly, I can just put some of these curved lines around them. That usually means that things are moving and shaking, gives us that illusion. And so I might do that again. So I might take that T and I'm not gonna turn it all the way in the other direction. I'm gonna turn it just back slightly to the original because I need a movement in between. So then put the R back to the original, put the O, same, put the Y sort of back, and then I can put those little squigglies around it. And then I'll go in the opposite direction. So this one, so I need the T in the other way. So the T goes this way now. And the R was this way, so I need to put the R this way. These are big movements, so if you want to make it slower, you can have smaller movements. The O, and then the Y was this way, so it's going to be the opposite way. And then I can put those sort of movements behind it, maybe not as many this time, or more, it's up to you. And so when I test flip it, and so that's just Troy, right? Just popping up onto the page. Now, maybe the letters start falling down because they're shaky. So maybe I'll put in for 20, put it back to normal, like so. Maybe I put an exclamation point here because something big is going to happen. I want people to know that there's a pause here and something's going to change. And so what I'm going to do is have the letters just sort of fall down because I only have 4 more frames on this one to do. So I'm going to put the T here. And then I'm going to have, well, let's see. Actually, let's erase that. So I'm thinking about it. I'm going to put a sort of cloud. Let's do cloud, right? So sort of like smoke. We'll put some action lines there. And then we'll put the T below it. And I'll put the R below that. And then we'll put the O here. And then we'll put just the top of the Y going down, and we'll put some action lines going in this direction, showing that it's fallen down. So then we'll find that cloud and move that cloud down. And then we want to put the T further down. We only got a couple more frames for this. R is going to go down here. Just the top of the O. I'll put some movement lines showing that things are fallen. And if you put long lines, it shows that they're moving faster. Make short ones a little bit slower. And then 23, I'm going to move the cloud even further down now. And what we're going to see is just the top of the T. Some movement lines there. And then 24, it's just going to be sort of like the top of the cloud. And so for this first animation of my name, let me try to make it a little bit easier. easier for y'all to see. So you can sort of see it. So that's my first animation part of my name. So I'll go on the bbook, and then I'll make another one. So I can continue from this point. So like this here, the letters just dropped out. I had an ending scene on that first second. So the second second, I can do something like this. And you don't have to do this, like just showing you some different options. So there's M, part of my M. So I'm gonna bring my M over, and then A, because I'm doing my last name now. So then it goes M, A, and then T. Gotta erase this. I need this one closer. So if you mess up, it's totally okay. T. And I need this one further away. Bring this backwards today, and that's all right. T H, and then M A T H E. W, and then M-A-T-H-E-W-S. So there's my last name. I'm on 7. Now something I can do with it is I'm going to write A-T-H-E-W-S. I'm going to move the M up here. And then we have M move up here, and have the A, and I have the T-H-E-W-S. I'm gonna have it sort of go in a circle here. So A, oops, that'd be a T, and you can always look back, right? So the A was there, I want the A here, I want the M here, I want the T there, I want the H there, I want the E, I want the W, and I want the S there. Now, switch over here to this one, and then I'm gonna have the H, and it's gonna go T, and it's gonna go A, it's gonna go M, and it's gonna go E, and then go W, and then it goes S, so it's in a circle now. And now I just move them each one, and it's gonna rotate, so the M is gonna be bottom middle, then it's gonna go A, and then T, H, and then E, and then W, and then S, and then the M is going to go over more. So M, A, and then T, and then H would be here, E, W, S. Now I'm going to straighten it out again, or maybe have it like snake down. So I have the M there, so now I'm going to have my M here, M, and then A. A would be over a little bit, because I'm looking at my one before. A would be here, and then T, and then H, and then E, and then W, and then S. I'm going to move my M down further, M, and then it goes A, and then it goes T, and then the H would be over here, H, and the E would be on the side, and then the W, and then the S. And the M is going to be at the very bottom, and then the A is right above it, and then the T, and then the H. So we sort of have math going up, and then E would be here, and then W, and then S. And then the M is going to be gone on the next one, so it's going to be A, T, H, E, and then W, and then S. Now A is going to be gone, and it's going to be T, H, E, and then I believe it's W, and then S. And then H is going to be at the bottom, and then it's E, W, and then S. right? Yeah. And then the next one is going to be the E, and then the W, and then the S. It's going to be the W, it's going to be the S, and then it's going to be the S, and then it's going to be nothing. I have 2 frames still to do something with, so maybe I would just put in, do a quick animation, the name, and do the same again. And for these, maybe I'll make these the lines around this one. So I'm just showing you options that you can choose to use, or you can choose to use other options. It's up to you. Maybe I'll make the lines even bigger. So that brings me to this one. So when I look at it, it looks like, So I snake around, and there I am. So if I put these 2 together, so I put the A on top of B, it looks like this so far. Just gonna line up this edge, and so I can do this. And then, because I want to transition over to this last one, I'm gonna use this frame, this 24th frame. So I'm gonna write Matthews. Just like I did here. I'm gonna put those long lines around it. And now that'll be the starting point for C. Now I'm just gonna go through and make it what I want it to be. I'm not sure what I want yet, but I'll figure it out. So maybe what I do is make these smaller. So maybe I make the line smaller. I'm gonna make this disappear. And then the next frame, make it even smaller. And the next frame, I'll make it even smaller. And then what I'm going to do on this one, I'm just going to make it poof. So I'm going to make a line like this, a line like this, and like this. And on the next one, I'll make those lines a little bit further out. And I'm going to put in sort of a cloud. And then I'll make that cloud bigger. And spread those lines out even further. And then here, just be off the page to nothing. And then I'm going to leave 9 blank on this one for me. And then I can do something crazy in here. Maybe I put, ooh, what if there was like little diamonds? Some lines, because we got some action, like something big's happened. Let me test that out, see if I like it. Boop. And then something like a magic trick's gonna happen. Something new's happening. I can even write in the word on number 9. Pop. And so now it has this. Pop. Little sound effect in it. Now, what else can I animate for my name? Where if I went, and since we went small, maybe I start out with my first name small. And I'm just gonna grow it bigger. bigger. And bigger. Bigger. Comes off the page. Now we'll just move the name over, or at least my name over. So Crow. So all three of my seconds gonna line up, and then we can watch it all the way through. And I have 3 seconds of animation with my name. So your goal is to draw each frame out for your name, starting with the square, and then come up with something creative. You do not have to do what I did. These are just some ideas that you can choose to use to create your own. And then what you're gonna do after that is take some colored pencils and color it up so that it becomes pretty cool and interesting. And that color is gonna add some flavor to this. And you can even animate with color. So if I take my pencils and I'm saying, oh, it's gonna start shifting. I want a gradient, so I have a green and I want to turn it into, like, let's say a pink. I might change that pink right here. Maybe that part that's coming out is gonna be pink. And so just by making a little color change, it adds to that animation. And so like the next part, this is more pink, right? And the green is getting smaller. So you can make choices with your animation as you go to help with color. Maybe now it's all pink. To help sell your animation that things are changing and moving. So if I just look at those first couple frames, it can look like that. And so I could do, let's say, if I kept going, so I have a pink one now. Pink T. Maybe my orange R. Take orange out. And it's like, surprise, there's something here. And so now I can go back, and now that it's all planned out, it makes it easier. So I don't, if I need to erase anything, I can. But now I can color it up and make it look more interesting just because it has color in it. So I'll just go through all of these and color them, and I'll see what I can do to show you what I came up with, okay? So let me time lapse that, and I'll be back. So as you can see, I'm just going through, coloring every single little part of it just to make it more interesting. I started just coloring all the T's, and I thought that was a good way of doing it, and you might like that as well. And then on my way back, I was like, well, if I'm already here, I might as well color all the other colors. So I just went back and colored the R and the O and the Y, and then just went frame by frame, coloring them in, trying to make a nice, neat job of it. Colors are really what makes things pop out and stand out to people, and so we want to do a good job on that. All right, so now it's colored. Let's see what it looks like. And you can sort of see that it stands out a little bit more than if it was just plain. And so that color really adds to our storytelling. The square turning into your name. So you get to be creative with however you want to create this, but this is just sort of one way to do it. And then you'll color design your B and your C1, and then color those up as well so that you have a full animation. It's 3 seconds long that has your name in it. All right, so I can't wait to see what you make with these 3 seconds of animation and how you make your name come to life. Make sure it's colorful, make sure it looks neat, try your best on it. Yeah, you have time to work on it, and I can't wait to see what you do.